Hello.
Hi, friends. We're not the Velkin Weave. We're the Mists. Woohoo!
Absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Welcome to Clearly the Mist, where a bunch of pals get together and play D&D. So glad you're joining us tonight. If this is your first time watching The Mist, welcome. Please follow Games Tavern on Twitch. It's free. It supports the show, the cast, and the crew. We'll point to Invisible Noah. Remember, you can watch us on Twitch, and all our shows are uploaded to YouTube typically 48 hours later, so you can catch up on all the shows you may have missed. We're going to get rolling shortly, but first, some announcements.
We do indeed have announcements. Remember, if you're an Amazon Prime member, you also get a free Prime Gaming subscription. Prime Gaming subscribers support everyone on the show and get access to sub-only emotes and to special subscriber-only channel on the TGT Discord.
Tonight also, make sure to cheer on your favorite character when they do something awesome. Your bits and cheers show your support for the characters, and we love you, our friends, for your support. Your subs help to support the production quality upgrades for the Games Tavern so that we can make better shows for you.
And we want to give a humongous thank you to D&D Beyond for sponsoring this show. Go to D&D Beyond and check it out for yourself. It's awesome.
We also want to give a shout out to Shard Tabletop for their virtual tabletop that makes playing 5e easier in person or, in our case, virtually. Shard has an amazing classic and reimagined selection of races, classes, and spells to choose from. And to make this announcement even better, you can go to Shard Tabletop. The link is going to be in the chat, and use the promo code TGT Shard 20, and you'll save 20% on all subscriptions. Now I think it's time for some character intros.
Tell these fine people who you are.
Hello, I am Daryl Dorsey, and I play Brigade Stonebuilt, your Rune Knight Goliath fighter.
Hi, friends. I'm Jess, and I play Bronlin, our Tiefling Druid.
Hi, I'm Kyle, and tonight I'm playing Salem Klein, your inquisitive human rogue.
Hey there, I'm Laura. I am playing Kura, the human Twilight cleric.
And I'm the good doctor. I'm the elven artificer alchemist, here to do your bidding, as it were.
That was almost I'm your boogeyman. Wild Ones, I am Bran. I'm going to be your DM this evening. Who wants to give a recap of last week's events?
I suppose Bronlin can read out of their parenting guide. Right, so after battling with the Harpies last week, we'd set sail towards Calliope's Regret, and I don't know, I was starting to think that we might regret it, but things were fine. Casimir was being a little antsy, so I told her to go and take a skeleton bone, add a skeleton without them noticing, just to keep the small child preoccupied. And I told her if she could do so, I'd teach her some magic. Apparently, around that time, Salem caught Casimir trying to take a dead harpy's feather out of its dead body. So he taught her how to pluck it out with a dagger, and then actually gifted her said dagger. She later used that dagger to dig a harpy femur bone out for me. That was really gross. Parenting tip for myself. I need to be a little bit more careful with my wording. Anyway, after that happened, Kara was apparently talking to the doctor. They were cooking us potato soup, but also there were some icky fish things. And she let him know that I was pretty upset with him. So he tried to smooth things over with me by creating this cute little harpy feather photo of Casimir. And I do admit it was very cute, very neat, but he's not going to be able to win me over just like that. Definitely going to be keeping an eye on the doctor and Casimir. I just don't trust him, Anyway, after eating, I taught Casimir a cantrip, create bonfire, made sure not to do that around Brigade. I thought he might be a little fidgety with fire happening, but she wasn't going to learn how to do fire that fast. Anyway, we docked at Calliope's Regret, and where were we told to head? It was to the dragon's fifth leg. That's a pretty funny joke. But anyway, Brigade met this man named Silver Tim, and as soon as they met, they like clasped arms and they started arm wrestling. And I tell you, this was extremely cool because Kura even started betting on Brigade, and then Salem went up and like tickled him. It was a really fun fight. But obviously Brigade won, and Silver Tim let us know that we were in the Fiddler's Green, the pirate afterlife. And if we were to sleep on the island, we'd be turned into a skeleton, which is just like not my thing. So we all decided to go back to the ship to sleep. Silver Tim advised us not to travel north, to be wary of the Huntsman, but he also didn't really tell us what the Huntsman is, whether it's a ship or a creature or whatever. Also let us know that the Roost, like the people there, pray to this raven lady who's the goddess of death. And so we kind of just decided to go back to the ship, and we don't really have a plan. But anyway, Kura and Brigade stayed on top of the ship while Casimir and I went down for a sleep. I don't know. I think that they like each other. They probably held hands or looked at each other all cute like. But anyways, that's about all. We really didn't do much else. And I'm kind of excited to see what we do next.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Sorry.
The night passes.
Accurate.
The sun is rising. I imagine who slept under deck, who slept on deck. What was the sleeping arrangements here?
I remember that Casimir and I were in the captain's quarters.
Correct.
I'm pretty sure we may be skipping something rather important because the doctor was below deck freaking out.
You're absolutely right.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and rewind that.
Yes.
Night has fallen.
Yes.
Yeah, just breaking a bunch of things that I feel can stand to be broken, pots and bowls and dishes and things, or anything around the galley that I can find that's not scientific equipment that I use on the regular. I'll pick up a flask and be like, plate.
I look at Kura and I go, do you want to handle that or can I?
I think it might be more advisable if I give it a try.
Okay.
So,
I'll be up here. I'll be up here if you need me.
all right. And I will go down to investigate all of the crashing and breaking of things, but I'm going down shield first. So that's the first thing the doctor will see.
Kira will see. I'm pacing back and forth, going over things out loud while Corvex is perched up on top of some of my stands for my equipment and watching me pace back and forth. It's ridiculous. It's not possible that it's surely circumstantial that it's happened to be in the same place at the same time. It's absolutely illogical that it would be. It's something that I can't even begin to. Oh, hello. No, you don't. The shield is unnecessary unless you want me to look at it. It's very pretty, by the way.
Thank you. Just a precaution, and I hitch it back over onto my back.
Oh, the ship hit some waves and we seem to have lost all of our dishes.
Doctor, we're not moving.
We're not, are we?
No.
Well, just venting a little. You know, everybody needs a good vent now and then.
Agreed. It's usually better done with an ear listening that isn't your raven.
So you heard that then?
Well, I heard the crashing and throwing of things. Hopefully, we'll still be able to have breakfast easily enough in the morning.
I'm sure we can scrounge together something. I didn't break everything. I just, yeah. So, you just came down to check that out?
Well, yes. But it seems to be a bit of a meeting of several different things. I've picked up on a bit with you, Doctor. When we first came together, you are wearing a medallion of some sort, a deity I'm not familiar with. But I did notice that having the Raven Queen brought up was something that built a storm cloud over your head.
And you being clever, very, very clever, I'm sure you put one and one together and could probably figure out the deity in question of who this is.
Yes. It may be that she is different in the realm I am from compared to where you are from. What is she where you are from?
She's the goddess of death. She has domain over death, and it's definitely, yeah. And you know, she also fate, winter, that the like. But I'm sure she takes a different form in your world.
For us, she's more of a keeper of memories, mysteries. She's very hard to decipher.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Well,
Why do you hate her?
She took something from me. Someone, I must say, and I hold a grudge for her and her followers because they did so forcefully.
Did she take someone from you personally, herself? Or is it just that someone died?
No, her followers did. So I take issue with that.
Yes.
You know, so I have words that I need to have with her followers, all the above.
Do you know where the one who was taken from you is now?
I would assume in her domain, wherever souls go. But I can't be sure because when it was all going on, I was blacking out, and next thing I knew, I was laying naked on the ground in front of me. To be fair, I was naked there as well. And I landed in the state you found me in.
This was very recent.
Yes.
Well, if this is somewhere we purpose to go, what do you want to do?
Well, I don't know. If I'm in a position of strength with my friends at my back, then perhaps I will bring up my unhappiness at the situation with her followers. If not, I'll have to improvise on the fly.
Take care, Doctor. You are, after all, a doctor, not a murderer.
True. Do you have a significant other, siblings or parents? Were they taken at all?
My parents.
If you could confront those that took them, would you?
If I knew that my parents were somewhere they should not be, then yes. But if they ended up in a place there was no more having to deal with war and hurt and illness, if they ended up somewhere there's peace, I wouldn't want to deprive them of that. And I don't know exactly where they are. I assume perhaps my goddess has them, and that is not a bad place to be.
She was there because of me, so it should have been me. It probably should be here, and not me. But as it stands, I've been made to suffer, and I assume that this would be my penance. But the fact that you all are here, it's not just me, so I have to care. I do care. For all of you in a strange way. I was focused on what I needed to do, and I still am, but I'll see you through to your end. Wherever that may be.
I have one more question for you, Doctor.
Ask.
What is your name?
Oh, why do you want to know?
Because it is very easy for someone to lose themselves behind a title, to take on a mask of impartiality or apathy and something that is just a description, just a word.
Well, I see we have quite the understanding then. Ask me again before I do something I might regret. And I will tell you.
Fair enough.
Now, I have some cleaning to do before I go to bed. Or before I, do my thing.
I'll help you.
Oh, well, thank you. I'll grab a broom and start sweeping up.
Right. And I will help the doctor, and then I will take my leave, go back up to the deck, and I have some meditating to do before I go to sleep. It'll probably be in their crew's quarters here.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll take a spot in one of those.
And I'll set up behind my equipment. I'll just kind of take a pose and go into my meditative trance.
Eventually, just go into the crew's quarter and lay against the wall because the one bed that I'm sure I can get is being taken up by a child. People. And if I get in it, nobody else is fitting in it.
For anyone who went to the crew's quarters, probably see that one of the hammocks is missing. And what I had done is that I had unhooked it and I had taken it up to the crow's nest to fashion it up there. It's a little more cramped than where it should be hanging, but that's fine. It's mostly to keep me from falling out anyway, not necessarily for comfort per se. But as I see the two figures stand in the moonlight, then one of them leave, the other one leave, one come back to meditate. I'll let them go about their business at night. And I cast my eyes towards the shoreline. And for anyone who is on deck at that point in time, which may only be Kura, a low bird's whistle, loosely forming a song, is probably what you hear coming from the crow's nest. And then fade off into sleep.
Anyone else for the evening?
Zonked.
Salem, obviously you're the first one to be greeted by the sun.
Yep, probably. Ugh. Well, I guess I better rouse the others. I'd gather up my things and clamber on down the mast. Well, I guess the crew's quarters first. I head over there. And I probably would go to Regain first. Tap him on the shoulder.
He is not in the crew's quarters when you wake up. Probably didn't notice him. He was at the back of the ship by one of the swivel guns, just kind of sitting crisscross applesauce back there.
Fair enough. Well then, Kuro would be the only other person there to wake. Time to get up. Got a big day ahead of us.
Yes. Thank you, Salem.
Well, of course. Where are the others?
Brigade may not have come down here. I'd look for the doctor in the galley again.
Makes sense. What about Roman and Yasmin?
They seemed fairly intent on the captain's quarters.
I'll head that way. You gather yourself for the morning. I think it might be wise for us to meet in the galley before departing.
Yes, I'll try to make some food.
I'll meet you there. And I'll head out towards where I can only presume is the captain's quarters. And hear a knock at the door.
You don't
I'm
hear
gonna-
anything.
I'm gonna
For
say
me,
it.
at least.
I'm gonna say it opens. And it's just that little sliver of Casimir's face.
How's that knife treating you?
You see it kind of, in that little crack. You see she's been holding it. That it probably has not left her grasp at any waking moment.
You gotta treat a weapon right too. Make sure you clean it. Make sure you take care of it. If you care for it, it'll care for you. Yeah, come in.
Pulls the door back.
I'm just sleeping on my back, mouth open, little drool, chilling.
I'll probably walk over towards the captain's desk, lean against it, and then go down on my haunches to get down on Casimir's level. What would you say would be the best way to wake them? Something fun.
Not the dagger. She kind of hides it away from him.
Yeah, let's keep sharp objects out of the question. How about
Jump on them.
sure? How about a helping hand? And
Drops the blade and kind of
yep,
Superman arms out.
yep. And it's just a light toss up onto the bed.
Yeah, onto the bed. I was thinking like the not quite body slam onto Bronlin.
I was
Well, like-
imagining like one
Okay,
of
okay.
these.
The
Well,
people's
like, again,
elbow.
so, when I say onto the bed, I am assuming it is over onto Bronlin, the
Yeah,
bed
right.
area. So yes, like the lift, the boom.
That airflow, that sudden stiff as a board, just drops onto.
Essentially belly flopping onto Bronlin.
Yeah.
You hear it. Right. Good morning to you too.
Morning.
Smiling at Bronlin. Breakfast.
GUA. We need to make you eat a salad every once in a while.
Hey now, don't be rude.
Whew.
Grown lady.
Next time, that's how you wake up, Salem. I assume you did the throwing.
Well, good luck finding me. In the meantime, I think it's best we all meet in the galley before getting off the ship. I gotta go find Brigade, but Kura and the doctor should be there already.
Right, we'll meet you there.
Already.
And I
Head back up.
kind of squint my eyes at Casimir and walk out after Salem. Not like a mean squint, just like a I'm watching you, punk.
She attempts to mimic it, but there's obviously no intimidation capabilities there.
Well, with the cursory search below decks, I'm going to assume that he's probably up on deck at this point. And I don't think it's probably too long before I find him in the back. Yeah.
When you eventually do, he's set just kind of staring off into the sea. He's humming to himself, and he just has a leather booklet opened up in front of him. And it's just a blank page. He's just staring off.
Waiting for inspiration to strike.
No. Just remembering what I was doing before I got sent here.
What were you doing?
Getting some.
I imagine there's plenty of opportunity for that throughout, not just today, but
He
days
got
to
away.
go.
Well, he got away.
I can see how that would be vexing.
And he's the last bit. He is the last one in these list of pages. This is his page.
That list of yours. What is it for?
People I need to get revenge on.
I gathered as much. What did they do that would cause such ire?
They killed my group.
I understand.
All over LI.
This person you were about to kill, what did they look like? Perhaps an extra set of eyes wouldn't hurt.
I'm gonna leave this to Brad.
You describe you use much more colorful language in your description.
Yes.
A very pompous seafaring type.
The guy
What
you know,
was
with the
probably
big-
a privateer into now a naval officer into a useless person in command who has taken advantage of their place.
Gotcha.
Use the last one. But I'm patient, and I can wait for now. Did you need something?
Not so much need. Just gather enough folks so we can discuss the plan for the day before getting off, gathering what we need, and sailing out.
Okay. He stands up and just follows to where you take him away. Everyone else is.
And step down towards the galley. Well, gang's all here.
In the galley, I am looking for anything to make something the equivalent of porridge, or barring that, just simple eggs.
I'm afraid no such
Potatoes.
luck on eggs. You have potatoes. I think we discussed you had some onions, and I'm even going to say during your search you can find a nice little tin of some hardtack, some of that hard, awful bread, but it is filling.
And don't forget, we can always get some of the fish with feet.
I dropped the rest of the bag of turnips.
And the turnips.
And then I reach into my own bag and eat one of my rations that I still have because I've been eating on turnips and food that everyone else has been eating.
Is there any salt or sugar anywhere?
I will say there's salt and sugar.
Salt and sugar.
And dear Kira, you don't have to go too far out of the way. We are still planning on going ashore to do some shopping. I'm sure there's vendors that might have a quick grub, as it were.
But these people,
Not all of them were dead.
some of them just believe
even so, it's a good point, Doctor. And yes, I think the wait and
Maybe
see
just-
we can find a shore.
Maybe just cut up those potatoes, not soup, but do a fry. You know, put some onions, maybe a little salt if we have it, and fry them up, and should be at least a sustaining meal until we get ashore.
Yes, a bit of something. I can do that. So I'll fry up some of the potatoes and the onions, a bit of salt.
Bran, I'm assuming the literal skeleton crew is still just milling about, correct? They haven't
Yeah, they
disappeared.
are.
Okay. Just making sure they didn't randomly disappear in the night. That was another thing we were going to have to deal with.
Have we seen them eat at all?
You have not.
Okay, so they may actually be dead.
But the skeletons.
Yeah. Well, I had a crazy theory that their meat had become invisible, and that all we could see was their skeleton. But
My thought was that whatever is here is just killing them and raising them as skeletons. And before that happens, they are truly alive, and then before that, they are truly lost.
And it happens at night, and that's why you don't want to sleep here. That tracks.
I have a headache now, so I'm going to.
I have something for that. Here, try some of these.
Doctor, if this puts me to sleep.
No. That's over there. I just point to a general area of chemicals. No, these should turn off the receptors in your head that are tender at the moment.
Can you roll for the effects?
You're assuming I'm taking these? Trust. Unless it's making my weapon stronger, I'm not trusting anything that the doctor gives me medicine-wise.
That's fair. That's
Any,
fair.
as soon as actual drugging was on the table, no drug from the doctor is being taken.
Well, I'll take those back then. I can certainly make use of them.
So, we have a decision. So, go ahead, let's say that.
I believe we were on the same page. Before we head out to gather what we need for the day and days beyond, we need to make up our minds. Are we headed north? Or are we headed back to where those harpies came from?
I'm for north, so we can go for this map that might help make the picture clearer.
I would much rather go north as well. We know what awaits us at the roost for the most part. Better to brave the unknown now, and then we can take care of it.
See, I'm of the opposite opinion. I'd rather fight the devil we know. We know far more about that island than we do about anything north of here. I'm all about being prepared for the fight. I don't want to be blindsided.
I just know that whenever we do go back to the roost, we need to have something to put into our ears. I don't know about you, Al, but when I was hearing their songs, I wasn't really with you all. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I was very elsewhere, and I'd like to be in the fight when it inevitably happens.
Of course.
Free.
So, what is your vote, Ferdinand? North or the roost?
North or south?
I think we should go to the roost, so I'll let Kira decide.
What was the point of going to the roost? We're
To
looking
search for the totem, right?
search for the totem. It is closer, and it is a known quantity. What we come across in the north might be something we cannot handle.
I will go with the boat, but Silva has also agreed to come aboard. And if we can find a way to get him out of here with us at the roost, so be it. But if we find nothing there, we know that we will have to head to the roost, because this other place on the map is cool. I'd much rather avoid that for as long as possible. Although, for some reason, I know we're probably going to have to end up there. But for now, I plan to avoid it. Oh, we didn't give Casimir a vote. See? No,
She's there, just jamming potato into her mouth. Points a finger out some direction.
Very good. Thank you for being a part of it. Okay, thank you for being my partner.
See a little bit of the pride beam on the face.
Right, so Kura, you were saying your vote was.
Your options, as you recall, aside from the roost, was to try to acquire the map from a direction vaguely to the north.
But we didn't have specifics of where to acquire that map.
I believe it was a Hulk.
It is referred to as a Hulk,
Hulk. Yes.
as Silver Tim had mentioned.
Let's see what trying to find that map yields.
To the north.
Yes. The Hulk that Silver Tim talked about.
Right?
Wait, did we see off where Silver Tim's ship was?
I'm gonna say you didn't. You're positive that he joined one of these rafts out in the front.
He told me that he could make his own way when I offered him a spot to sleep together. I trust he's been keeping tending bar, so I'm sure he still has on the scales.
So, shall we say we get back here in about an hour and a half, and then head out? That give everyone enough time?
I think so.
I only have one thing I need to purchase.
Very well.
Another hostel to put this soul.
Before I leave, I'm going to try to find the bosun and let her know that if everyone else leaves, just roleplay. If everyone else departs,
Hey.
we're gathering things. You see that that dragonborn runs the Dragon's Fifth rig? See him come by here? Just let him know whose ship this is, and that he's welcome aboard to wait while we are on about our business.
Yes, sir. I'll surely let him know.
Good. We'll be back soon. And I'm not gonna cut anyone off, but I mean, I'm gonna be looking for a place that might have a little better armor than what I have right now. Possibly.
All I look for is just basically the Witcher dual holster, so I can have both a glaive and my great sword on my back.
So it looks like both of you are looking for a leather worker, ideally.
Yes.
right. Are you making your way off the ship? Are you?
We'll probably
into
do
town.
that thing. We'll probably do that thing of like thinking we're going in opposite directions, that we just end up in the exact same place.
Yeah, we started like there. We go around like 2 different paths, and then we just end up.
Oh.
Oh.
You-
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
All right. As you two cruise into the town, it's not quite as lively as you would expect a traditional town to be. I mean, there are people there, but it's obvious that a lot of the day-to-day that usually comes to the town is irrelevant in a place like this. But you still do see, a fair number of people throughout the day. And you come across a small tatter shop called Unbridled. And on the outside, you do see various holsters and sheaths sort of, hanging from the awning.
Do I find one that fits me?
Which weapon is this for?
I was trying to get one single strap that has 2
The
holsters.
2 for the
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, for ease of building, you can find one that will allow you to carry both. And ideally, a gut rot should be damn impossible to sheath, but
It's not really sheathing it. It's just so it's not constantly in my hand, just so I can have a place to just put it back there. Because the way I interpreted the card was like, once I start using it is when all the stuff starts to happen with it.
I'm gonna say you'll probably get a little bit of that effect on your back after a while.
Oh, scheiße. That makes me not. Okay, that makes me not want that. Okay. I get the dual sheath, just the dual thing, just in case, and I probably think about it later. But in the midst of this, I'm like, I'm tired of just having this sit off to the side and always having my blade, because we won this weapon.
Yeah, you definitely won that weapon.
So, however much it costs, I will pay it. Unless it's like a super exorbitant fee, then I'll probably just have Salem steal it.
Oh, I want to see Sam Field, but no, it's a reasonable price. You're looking at 50 silver. It's got some wear and tear. This obviously wasn't made in-house out of fresh leathers. On glance, it looks like
It's
something that was sort of piecemealed together.
functional.
Yeah, it's functional.
Okay, I give them the 5 gold. You said 50 silver, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I give them 5 gold.
All right,
Oh.
this little
Of the slew of
of
treasure.
the slew,
Yeah,
of the hoard that you're currently carrying.
this is extremely cheap by comparison, but also
Yeah, you don't even notice the slightest weight difference
I probably
in that
would,
pouch.
and honestly, giving them 5 gold, I probably just paid the ferryman for like literally 5 people if this is the afterlife. So I'll equate that to the hefty price of this strap.
There's a little bald gnome with an eye patch across one of his eyes and some very crude stitch work of a design into it. It looks like a strong attempt to do a type of Jolly Rogers, skull on there. And he seems to have pockets with these ugly, thick leather needles. Half of them look rusted. The other ones look very dull or blunt, but this seems to be how he's keeping his raft afloat. There you go. Good choice. Good choice.
You're a fine craftsman. And
Ah.
at times, and I appreciate you deeply.
I appreciate the business.
You deserve it. Thank you very much.
I'm looking throughout the shop for the best quality reinforced leather armor that he's got.
Let's see. Let's see. Kind of shuffles over and starts looking through some, his thick leather, doubles down, kind of flips over. And any preference in color?
A emerald or a forest green, if you got it.
Oh, you got lucky. I was about to tell you too bad, but yeah, picks up. On first glance, you can see where this was definitely something of quality in its time. You see the little scrapings of a few barnacles coming off one side that have just sort of hardened and left there. You can see spots where the dye is sort of bled out, and it's all sort of slightly like coarse, like almost sandpapered slightly, presumably from rolling around in the saltwater bath. But you can tell it's quality.
Let me give it an inspection to see in mechanics terms how much of a additional protection this is actually going to give me.
Give me a
If
inspect it. Yeah.
if I'm still there, I'll give him assistance because I'm proficient in smith's tools, so I do know weapon and armor.
Fair. So I got a 12 on my roll plus my investigation of 4, so 16.
16. Are we going for the assist? Or was that?
I was going to give you assistance. So
Oh, so I guess advantage?
yes.
Okay. 16.
All right. Giving a closer look, you can see a bit of a etching has been done in there. There seems to be ivy leaves that are almost non-existent now. It seems like they've almost just been kind of flattened and polished away. But you can see that there, at least at one time, was some intricate work to it. This may be something special.
All right. How much you asking for?
He looks at it. Well, it is the color you wanted. 50 silver.
Honestly, I've seen worse for much more. I'll pull out a gold and hand it to him. I don't feel like carrying the change. You hold on to it for your coffers.
Much appreciated.
And I will remove the old leather and put on the new to essentially try it out, get the stretching in, rake it in, essentially.
Yeah, it obviously doesn't feel like yours yet, but you can tell this was definitely been worn for some time. It wasn't brand new when it hit the water.
Yeah.
It feels still fairly broken in. You feel, it wouldn't hinder any dexterity or agility from you. It feels all right.
All right. I'll, as best I can, fold away the leather that I had on to put into my bag and regain.
Yes.
May not be the worst idea to grab just a few more rations before we head on out. Things were looking a little sparse. I know others were going to be gathering some too, but perhaps just bringing in as much as we can wouldn't
I
be
was
the
thinking
worst
the
idea.
same thing. I was thinking the same.
And I don't know. I don't think it really. I don't know if you want to role play that, but it's just. I think that's going to be the last of it. Is we pick up some additional rations and head back to the ship.
All right. You find a what appears to be a grocer called Good Luck.
Probably
And
run
you're
into
able to-
Kura there.
All right. It's not the greatest selection there. I'm gonna say you're able to find 3 rations there. There is a barrel of fish.
The same fish.
Um,
We don't know yet. I
certainly
guess.
it certainly looks like it.
So, not that. Any vegetables of any kind?
I'm gonna say maybe a handful.
Anything pickled? Anything like that?
Okay.
Any cans of sardines around? Something.
I'm gonna say there is the jar of pickled eggs. There's this nice green hue
I
of
actually have a list.
any light casted through this jar.
Yes.
Oh, Kura has a list.
I have a list of things I am looking for, but
All right.
if it doesn't look like this place is likely going to have them, then so I am looking for salted meat of any kind, oatmeal, butter, cheese, peas, basically.
I'm gonna say they definitely have these long strips of any kind of meat, sort of jerky, in a case.
What do you think that came from? I can't even tell, and I've been hunting for a long time.
I will also include that there are some smoked fish on skewers in one section, and I'll even allow there seems to be another barrel that has squid swimming around in it.
Swimming? Swimming around?
Yes.
Okay.
Got to be fresh.
I don't know how to cook squid, so.
Well, I'm sure you could always try.
I'm not a fan of squid myself. I've tried it before. It's not for me.
Simpler is better.
Yeah.
So we take the meat. Gods, what I wouldn't give for some dry goods, but
The question mark meat.
Mhm.
Any kind.
I see con saves in the future.
I think I'm just essentially playing the bag boy. Just whatever Kuro wants to pick up. Just all right. Well, where to next?
Well, take the meat for sure. Probably the smoked fish. But I'm a bit on the warpath, so we can get this stuff, and I'm going to be searching around anywhere else that looks likely where I could find dry goods. And I'm also looking for a blacksmith.
All right. You're having less than stellar luck as far as finding dried goods. On glance, that place, maybe on a good day, might have what you're looking for, but it looks like in general that's kind of how that's run. As far as a blacksmith, you do find a place, and it seems to be very much in the same vein as these two found the leather worker. This looks like it's mostly scavenged gear.
I'm looking for a hand axe or two.
You're able to find a couple. There is again, like their armor, these definitely have seen some time in the ocean. They're not rusted, but barnacles and other sea life had definitely found them before this vendor had.
Well, that's well enough. How much for two of those axes?
Yeah, vendor, a half elf with a bit of a smile on. Oh, what these? Oh, these are quality axes. I have to tell you, me mother gave me these axes. I don't know if I could part with them for less than 20 gold.
May I insight check?
Of course you can.
Right.
20 gold.
20 gold.
For a couple hand axes, you know.
These
Fair.
are definitely the stores right off the highway. Everything is just marked up ridiculously.
Pack of gum, $30.
Oh. I rolled the 1. So it's 5 altogether.
You should feel honored he's willing to part with these axes. They clearly belong to his mother.
I should, but somehow, strangely, I don't.
Look, inspect this quality. He hoisted one off the wall, and by now the iron is just an almost blackish tone to it. He sets it down in front of you. Look, I don't know how to describe it any other way. These were from my mom. Look, he points out, and it looks like there's a little carved mark that may have been an M or a W on the handle. You go, M for my mom. You're not going to find a better axe or a better deal than this right now.
So, in terms of like Salem, like when he was following her as the bag boy, probably also followed her to the blacksmith.
Oh, did he now?
He was just like,
I think Brigade would have as well.
Had all the backup.
Especially to the blacksmith, considering he knows smithing. He would have gone.
I don't know that like initially it would have followed her in because it was like, oh, okay, this is just another quick stop. But after seeing like this take a little while, poking the head in. Are you all doing all right?
Welcome, come in. Oh, there's going to be something perfect for you two. I'm positive of it as you two follow in.
At least what you're buying.
Well, I'm trying to decide. Apparently they're heirlooms, but here's the thing. In the city I am from, I bought an axe. It had the most perfect balance. Lost it, unfortunately, which is why I'm here. But this axe was of a quality. Yes, it would have outstripped these. And I only paid 5 gold for it. Now, I understand there may be some sentimental value here.
Sentimental value only has some value, so to say. I think you're not understanding the story behind these axes. Not only was it my own mother's that she left, but who was my mother? Now that is the real question. Around parts, she was known as the Sea Hag, and she was known to leap off of her ship in mid-battle, axe the floor, and swim her way to the shore to attack villages. Yeah,
Okay.
can't imagine how many villagers met their end. at the end of these bad boys, clacks these axes.
Definite insight check.
Yep, absolutely.
Go for it.
The skeptics are here.
All right.
Glad I have advantage on these.
Hoo-hoo.
God.
Yeah, so because of my ear for deceit, I can't get any less than an 8 on a roll. So I have a total of 15 for that.
Okay.
Whopping 10.
You guys are positive you've heard of the sea hag. And this story seems really legit. It's weird that these axes would find themselves here, just up on the wall, but these might be legitimate.
If we've heard of the sea hag, do we know what her real name was?
No, this is yeah.
I want to know if it started with an M or a W.
So question. This sea hag, she was very infamous, and I've heard of her, absolutely.
As I may.
Question. Why would she include the initial M?
Because she knew she'd obviously be passing it down to her son, and she wanted me to always remember my dear mother.
How much did he want for these, Cora?
20 for both. And I'm still playing with one of them. How's the balance?
It. Give me an
It's
inspection.
all right.
give me an inspection.
Investigation?
Investigation.
I would give advantage on this.
14 advantage.
I would definitely help you with this. Yes.
Okay. 14.
There doesn't seem to be anything particularly off about them. I mean, you've probably felt a more balanced blade in your time, but it doesn't seem like it's drastically off balance, or it doesn't have a rattle from head to handle or anything.
20 for both or 20 per?
20 for both.
I just give him 20 gold.
It was 20 per.
I give him 40 gold.
All right. Oh, right. He just does a quick scoop under the counter. Well, may they bless you in glorious violent battle as well as they blessed my mother.
Yes, and if they're not what you claim, then may the spirit of your mother haunt you forever.
She does every day, ma'am. Thank you.
Let's go.
As all of this is happening, I'm kind of just sitting on the ship, hanging out, because I didn't have any gold on me when I was scooped up by the mists. So I've just been thinking how much gold did they really bring with them to this place? And then I remember that we took so much gold from the insignificant realm. So I go to our stash and I grab a handful and I run off to where I think a general goods store would be, somewhere I could find like notebooks.
That's probably
right.
where you'd find the doctor as well.
Well, if the doctor is inside, I'm just gonna kind of
A shopping episode.
walk
It's a shopping
around.
episode. You come across a building as ramshackle as everything else in there, and you see a sign on there. Presumably, it was supposed to say the Royal Scribe, but was carved as the Royal Scrib.
Darn, these pirates aren't made of
And you do
letters.
see a stack of fairly waterlogged and yellowed books on a table up front.
I make my way over and I pick out one for myself. And did Casimir follow me by chance?
Oh, I'm assuming. Yeah.
Okay. I tell her, right, go ahead and pick one out for yourself. And do you think this one would? Do you think this is one that Kara would like? And I think this one looks like Brigane, and I don't really like this one, so we'll get this one for the doctor. And I think, how about you pick out one for Salem?
Okay. She starts going through these old bound journals.
And there, as I flip through them, there's like nothing actually written in them, right?
So for a lot of them, it's one of those where like probably the first 3 or 4 pages have been written in, and then it just kind of stops.
Okay. Well, I still take the ones up, and
On glance, it's a lot of my adventure begins. I'm off to find my
oof. On the inside, I'm thinking like
It was short.
people died. Like these are dead people's journals, and I'm just going to rip out.
You don't know for sure. Maybe they got tired of writing, or maybe they lost it. They don't.
Well, that was just going through my mind.
People die at the fair.
And I look up at the store clerk and say, right, how much for all these? Keep in mind that some of them have been pre-written in.
Well, that's the charm in these books.
Is there a store that sells less charmed books then?
No.
Right, so a fair price?
Fair price.
5,000.
5,000. They're taking up too much space on my table anyways. Take the lot for 1 gold, huh? What do you say?
And I pick one out and hand it over.
There it is. White, tuck in the pocket. May you write the brilliance that these people did not. Thank you. It's a very, very blasé. Yeah.
I
This
chuckle.
person clearly didn't want to be a bookseller here, but
I continue chuckling on the way out. And I kind of look over to make sure, or over my shoulder to make sure Casimir is, sticking near and not trying to steal anything.
judgmental on the little one. No, she's clutching the book for Kura.
I
Doctor?
come up and I put a bunch of stuff on the counter, like rope, and I'd probably have to go to a leather worker for a backpack.
Leather worker is just down the road.
I'll hit him up in a bit. Rope, some oils if he's got them. Do you guys have an apothecary in town, perhaps?
Oh yeah, bunch of scholars and scientists here. Let me tell you.
Well,
No, we don't. No,
perhaps.
they got some weird fish at the place down the road.
No, I've seen the weird fish.
Can you use that?
No, well, maybe. Perhaps. But all right, oils.
I'll say the lamp oils and the rope are definitely.
Bedroll. Just some basic gear, as it were, for traveling, and
Like a standard adventurer's pack, essentially.
Yeah.
something of the like. At least to get me started. Do you incenses and things? Do you guys have a spell components place?
Not here. Not
All
many. Not many wizards here.
Well, that's a shame. All right. Where do you keep the dead bodies?
Beg your pardon.
The bodies that of the people that die. Where would you store those?
Drinking at the bar.
Um, oh, right. Where we keep all the people who die.
Yes.
Oh, where we keep them. Yes, out into the ocean.
Ah,
Throw them out.
all right. Well, that's fair. No, that's about it. Yeah. So, how much for the lot?
All right, let's see here. It goes over. 20 silver for the lot.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm here. Have 5 gold.
All right.
I don't carry silver. I just grabbed what I could out of the pile of stuff that we had. So
I'm afraid I don't have any change. Tucks it in his bag.
that's fair. Perhaps you could tell me, what do you know of the North? This hunter, as it were.
You trying to keep away from the hunter, are you?
Well, I'm curious.
Curious, you're not planning to go after the hunter?
No, look at me. Do I look like a man of high adventures on the sea?
You were asking where to buy dead bodies a moment ago. Wizard
Well,
stuff.
that's purely coincidental.
Well, so you know where you are, right?
Yes.
Now, this should have been the peaceful afterlife that we were all promised, but it weren't.
Mhm.
No, they say the hunter was the greatest pirate hunter that ever lived and died in some foul way, weaseled his way into our afterlife just so he could keep hunting us.
Pirate hunter, you say?
That's the one. No one knows who he was. He always just went by the name of the hunter.
Has anybody gotten a good look at him?
Anyone up close was destined to be taken. So, not that
What about the colors he flew on his ship? That's the proper terminology, yes?
Well, for pirates, I've not personally seen his ship, but I hear the sails are made of fire. That the screams of hell follow. And the things you will hear about it. Crew of 1,000 on this ship. Each one bigger and stronger than the last.
So he's a pirate hunter. He crept in. Did he creep in with his ship and his crew of 1,000?
Some folks say yes. Others say that he's been foraging for years.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I thank you for your information.
Of course.
Just one more thing. Where would one get weaponry? Do you have a weaponist?
Well, there's a blacksmith just down the ways.
Why did we separate?
Why did we separate?
Split the party. Blades are so crude. Looking for something more refined, but I don't hold my breath, as supplies seem quite limited on this island.
Generally, it's whatever we can dredge up.
Okay. Well, I thank you, and I will take these goods, and I will be on my way.
You're always welcome to come back.
And I will head out and head over to the leather worker and see
Let's
if
say-
he...
You find a reasonably sized bag, and it is 50 silver.
All right. I will.
If any of you had noticed, there's a small little sign that says everything 50 silver.
Yeah. He found his niche and it went with it.
It's worked well for him so far.
Today's the first time he's made any money.
Do I find any nice, extravagant bags for 50 silver?
You find one that definitely has. When you can find a bag that has the perfect number of small pockets.
Perfect.
It's
All
not.
right.
It's not particularly pretty. It's sort of a faded, sort of a violet color.
Really? All right. Well,
But it definitely has a wonderful selection of little hidden pockets and separators throughout it.
That's exactly what I need. I will pay the man, and I'll head back to the ship.
And
thank
you.
I give a good look around. Anything else I should check out while I'm here? Any oddities or who you all seem to dredge up all these things from the sea? Who gets the weird stuff?
Well, most weird stuff. Close the eye for my eye patch here. Most weird stuff kind of gets left up as offerings over at the temple to the west.
The temple to the west. Oh, are we talking about
The
here
roost.
on this island? Oh,
The roost.
Ugh, no,
a lot of folks think they can earn favor by bringing her things.
I thank you, and I turn and walk out.
Good luck on your travels.
Thank you. I'll head back to the ship.
At any point, did we see Silver walking around?
Who's first back to the docks?
I would say that Casimir and I were the first back.
Well, you were in and out.
We beelined it to do some arts and crafts with the notebooks. I kind of made a template for Casimir to copy, and we just kind of busted them out, made them look really nice and cute, and we're probably gonna gift them to everyone later.
All right. As Ronald and Casimir approach the docks, Silver is there waiting, just sort of leaning against the pier, having a chat with one of the skeletons. You see lots of bags sort of hanging off him. There seems to be a big backpack there. And he just seems to be pretty loaded down with gear.
We're ready for adventure, aren't we, mate?
Oh, it has been far too long.
Like to
Yes,
hear
we're
that.
ready.
And I do just want to say, had Salem not tickled Brigane yesterday, I think that you would have won. My money would have been on you, mate. Don't tell Brigane, and I give him a wink.
I'm a prideful dragon, but that Brigane, he's something special. But I'll keep that in mind.
And
This is your ship.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's my ship, but yes, this is the ship that we're using. After you, mate, make yourself at home.
Thank you. It is seaworthy.
Makes his way up the gangplank.
So, what exactly are you going to be doing with the fifth leg while you're out and about? Is there someone else to man it? Not like, I mean, your fifth leg, but not like your fifth leg.
The tavern, yes.
Yes.
Yes, I have eyes on it. It'll be running fine without me.
All right. Well, the crew should be back any minute now. I guess you're used to it. We've got an actual skeleton crew here, but the live ones, they'll be back soon.
Excellent. I'll leave my gear here.
Starts climbing on deck and starts setting things down.
And with that, I just kind of start my coloring.
All right. Silver Tim is sort of doing his rounds around the bark. Everyone else?
Yeah, I think we start.
Yeah, head back.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we're
All
back.
right. you all kind of
Yeah,
file through the streets and just kind of works out perfectly to get your Tarantino shot of everyone walking back to the dock.
If I catch sight of Brigane,
Yeah,
It's very
giant
easy
dude.
to do.
I don't want to sue,
skeleton, bringing.
but I would make way over to him, and so I got a bit of the lowdown on this hunter.
What did you hear?
Apparently, he's a pirate hunter who slipped into the afterlife with or without a crew of 1,000 men and sails of flames. Now, I'm no idiot. I'm sure most of that is just hearsay, but just rumors, as it were. But the important thing is it's a pirate hunter.
Brigade, I get the most stoic look on my face. And I just kind of grunt as soon as you say pirate hunter, and I just continue to walk to the ship.
The skeleton that was working the docks kind of clasped its bony hand on your shoulder, Doc. The hunter be the devil himself.
How long is I would ask this person, how long has the hunter been roaming these seas?
I imagine as long as there have been pirates.
So a while. Good to know. Thank you.
Be safe out of there. It slaps you on the back.
Ugh. Get on the ship.
Oh, Silva, you're here.
Yes, ready to go.
He has just this great sword in one hand, just kind of not heavy sink into the wood, but just enough so they get a little sounding tap too.
I am ready to go now too. I just received some information that has motivated me even more.
Good. We need a fire in you. Now,
I already have a storm in me, but I think we can go.
now you just point the direction and tell me where we're going.
And with that, we are going to go on break, actually.
Okay.
Oh, yes. I do. Are we gonna go straight in? Or we're gonna do this real quick announcement.
Do the announcement.
Okay. It's literally. I think it's just me. So
It is just you.
So, the Games Tavern Patreon is a great way to support the show and get useful perks and awesome content. The latest updates include early access to the interviews from the Games Tavern Happy Hour, miniatures paint plans from that Mini's Paint Show, and battle maps and plug-in encounters in your games. Just go to patreon.com/thegamestavern, all one word, and get your hands on this amazing content. Some recognition of some of our regular Patreon supporters, Veritas23, Rose, Math Productions, Michael B, and Christopher D. Thank you for all your patronage and support.
All right, and with that, we'll be back in just a few short minutes.
Hello.
All right, welcome back. So Silver Tim is there. He's got his gear set and he's looking over you lot.
So where are we going?
I believe the decision we made was to go after this map you spoke of.
Good. He'll be happy to see you.
What? Me specifically, or just crew?
Anyone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Will be good. Glad to see us.
That's right.
he's kind of casually says as he rolls out a map and sets a compass down and starts doing a bit of a tooling there into the pen work there.
Yeah, I've been meaning to get him out of this situation, but things happen. You get busy.
What exactly is the situation that your friend is in?
He's in a prison ship, a Hulk.
My other question is does your friend have a map, or is your friend a map?
He would be the map. You're gonna love him. It was pure wisdom that he made himself the map. Keeps himself useful.
He drew the map on his body, didn't he?
Oh, fine artist him.
So, was up for a prison break.
Suppose that's what we voted for.
Okay. Bosun, get ready to set sail.
Captain runs and starts pulling up anchor, and the skeletons just jump into, action prepping.
I hope everyone finished their shopping for the day. All right,
Yes.
let's go find something dangerous. And I walk up to the. Wow, the name is escaping me.
Helm?
Yes, thank you. The helm.
The one with the big round thing, right?
Yes, the helm. You know, the steering wheel. No, I walk up to the helm.
The door, or the boat handle.
Yes. I gesture for Silverton to follow with the map that he has up to the end, follow up to the helm, and start making our way.
Yeah, he stands at your side and starts pointing out coordinates and direction immediately to you. Just taken as a, I'm not going to say first mate, but a second set of hands. All right, and with that and a little bit of rigging, you make your way onto the seas again.
Off to adventure.
Periodically, you'll notice Silver Tim just kind of breathing in the air and just kind of shutting his eyes for a moment, just kind of catching the wind and just kind of listening to everything.
I guess it has been a while.
It had been a bit for me as well, but not very. Perhaps a few minutes.
Far too long here.
I wonder if we'll see any other ships of this size. Besides the prison ship, obviously.
Let's hope not.
What could your friend have done to be put in prison and what is considered the afterlife?
Well, it's hard to say. I mean, I can think of plenty of things it's likely that he had done, but I can't say which is the one that got him caught. They say the hunter likes to keep some of the more odd trophies alive. And truth be told, dying here ain't particularly easy.
I don't particularly like pirate hunters. Probably less so than pirates in general. So if I come across, when I come across this hunter, I'm sure I'll have some words for him.
These words might be retreat. I don't know many who have tangled with the hunter and come back to tell the tale.
I'm not so foolhardy as to get into a fight I know I can't win. But maybe I'll get a swipe into test you on this as well.
Would be
But
a
if I-
fantastic way to go out.
I don't plan on going out anytime soon. I have too much business. But then, so do a lot of people who do go out.
Yes, but they go out on their feet.
True.
And that accounts for something.
Very true. Does
What
your
is
map,
the? Okay.
I was going to say, does the map indicate where exactly this is, or it's just a general location, like the last known whereabouts of this ship?
Based on it, it looks like it's pretty accurate.
Okay.
You can see various calculations. You even see little scribbles of the phase of the moon, kind of into this tabulation of where this Hulk should be. So, based upon that, you got a pretty good feeling for.
Do I get a general idea of how long this trek is going to take us?
Given on it, you're definitely looking at.
Either Brigade or Silver, I think Brigade kind of goes really. I go kind of silent in anticipation of this. Pirate.
What is everyone else doing currently?
I am going to find Bronlin.
Still coloring on the notebooks.
Where at?
Is it a sunny day out today, Brand?
Yes, it is.
Probably in like the front of the boat.
Alright. So I'll wander up and kind of watch this for a minute, a bit puzzled. What are you doing exactly?
Well, you see, sometimes I like to write down my thoughts in journal, and I thought that could be useful for everyone. I know that everyone kind of processes their trauma in different ways, and I thought it could be like really good for us as a group to do this together, but also separate. So, Kiesme, did you finish Kara's?
There's a very crudely drawn moon on the front of this dark indigo colored book.
Right, so it looks like we're still working on yours, but this is what it looks like so far.
It's perfect.
I do think so. So what's up, mate?
I kind of sit down beside Bronlin and I say, we haven't really had a chance to speak much in general, but especially after where we were last. wanted to ask how you were feeling.
And I kind of do like a awkward smile, and say, I'm fine. Everything's not exactly how I thought it was gonna be. It's been like a week since we've been doing this, right? Maybe this is a question to DM.
Yeah, you're probably coming close to a week.
Yeah, like this isn't how I thought my week was gonna be when I woke up. Last week. But yeah, I'm okay.
Are you sure? I only ask because matter of bargaining with one's soul is not something to take lightly.
And I kind of like do a deep breath and again do some more like awkward nodding and I don't feel any different except I'm rightly pissed at Doctor. Can't believe that, man. But
I
you
tried
know,
to talk to him.
I assumed as much. He made a feather for Casimir.
I watched that happen, yes.
It's pretty cute, but he's not quite on my good gracious yet. He's just very, very rude, that man. But I kind of lean a little bit closer to Kura, and I make sure that Casimir is pretty into whatever she's drawing, and I say
I'm gonna say Casimir at this point has wandered away from the drawing efforts
perfect.
and is trying to perfect her dagger swing into a fire blast that isn't happening. It's just where a fireball should be.
I've got to teach her some better stuff. I don't know if this is gonna happen for her, but anyway, we destroyed Hatan essentially. I mean, it was my soul for the soul of hundreds. I think that's an okay price to pay for now. Not thrilled about this, but I wasn't gonna let that weird elder lady Lobo, whatever her name was, keep Casimir, especially after how creepy and weird she was being. You come from good stock, and I know your grandfather, and kind of wipe my eyes a little bit. Not necessarily tearing up, but just getting some dust or something out.
Are you concerned at all for what should happen if something happens to you before we're able to go back there? In terms of your soul.
Wouldn't call myself one with religion, but it doesn't sound like a good time. So I'm not even thinking about that because we're gonna pull through. We're gonna find this little trinket. We're gonna get it to Elder Lobo. She's not gonna go back on her word. It's gonna be okay. It's gotta be okay. Or else if I go down, I'm taking that man with me. I tell you what, don't tell him I said that. That was a joke.
I won't.
Are you okay, girl?
I will survive, as I always have.
one day, I hope this group isn't just surviving. I'd like for us to thrive.
Well, that really depends on us figuring out what is playing a game with us. There's some reason we're here, and I can't figure out what it is.
I think we really haven't talked much about like what makes us different, or even what makes us the same. I don't know. I think we have a lot of group bonding to do before we can really figure that out.
Well,
But, it would seem that we really don't talk much as a group, unless it's to not die.
well, with tension being present in certain quarters, that may not be possible for a while. But I will say that in speaking to each of you in my turn, it seems as each of us has something in our pasts, even recent pasts, that affected us deeply. I haven't heard much of yours. I don't want to pry, but drawing connections from what I have heard from others, it seems to me that might be the common thread. It still doesn't answer why we've all been pulled here, but I don't know. Our thriving, as you put it, is going to depend on our trust in one another.
Seems like you and Brigane are quite trusting each other.
Brigane... He seems rather guileless, I think. He's a protector. And also a killer. It's strange. Trust in Brigane... It comes from that simplicity, I think. You notice he basically said all of us are his crew. Now, why he seems to extend a bit more of that protection toward me, I don't really understand. I need to talk to him about that, but he watches all of us. And I think that is why I trust him easily enough, I suppose.
And to give a coy smile.
What?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
You make an insight check.
Go for it.
That's a 19.
Okay, well, my deception to that is 11. So, right. Well, I mean, I don't know. I've seen you blush a little bit.
I don't blush.
I've seen the way you look at his muscles.
There's a lot of him to see. He's always there in the way.
I make an insight check into that.
Sure.
Okay, it's a 13.
I am literally not trying to deceive at all.
All right.
Okay.
I am if there is something, it is like, whew, it's completely over my head.
Right, well, that's that then. I guess I was just looking into things then, I suppose.
I suppose. I suppose I see what you're trying to get at. It's an interesting notion, but we've been with one another for a week, and I am still trying to figure all this out.
Right, and that makes total sense. I love love.
So do I. It's
You
what
come-
makes things. It's what makes everything worth it.
I like that. I like that a lot, Kura. It's that's a good outlook to have. I'm gonna write that down in my journal actually. I think I'm gonna title it Brunlin's Field Guide to Parenting. I think that's a good one. I mean, I never thought of myself as a parent. And I guess, I don't know, I still don't. Maybe I'm like the older sibling, maybe I'm the parent, I don't know. But someone's got to keep this one in check. I mean, Jesus, what's she doing now?
Kind of twirling in circles with the blade out. Like the blade extended out, far hand just spinning.
If these skeletons had eyeballs, she'd have poked all of the eyeballs out days ago.
Yes, so I guess it's a fortunate situation for now. She is deserving of our protection. Certainly.
Mom, I'm really glad that you asked Brigade to reach out and save someone, and I'm really glad it was her.
Yes. I admit feeling a rather large amount of guilt myself over not having offered up my own soul, because I feel that I was the one responsible for the most part for what happened to Starfall. My soul is spoken for, which is why I didn't speak up. I'm sorry you had to do what you did, but I'm glad it was you. Because she has you above all else.
Kind of purse my lips and give a nod.
But because of that, all of that, know that you always have my protection.
Thank you, Kara. I think we'll be good friends.
I hope so.
With that, I kind of sit back down and start making the crudely drawn moon a little better,
Cleaning that up a bit.
cleaning that up, and adding another symbol that I've seen Kura wear.
And
Always there.
I will wander off and leave Bronlyn to what they're doing, and I will probably go up on the quarter deck with Brigade and see how things are going up there with Silver and the map and everything.
And Doctor, where are you in all of this real quick?
I'm downstairs working. I have acquired some oils, and now I'm going to bring them into the elixirs that I'm putting together, and teaching Corbex some words of endearment.
I cannot
Just-
tell if that is sarcasm or not.
No,
Okay,
like,
okay.
I would just make calls to him, and things of that nature.
I didn't know if we were teaching Corvex to curse or not.
Oh yeah, well of course.
Okay, okay.
There will be curses. So, especially if I'm like, all right, now I just gotta add this, and the ship rocks. Oh, damn it!
There's that tilt of the head, that little bird tilt. I am remembering this. Kind of.
Or just all manner of phrases and things that I think he could enjoy coming out, randomly throughout our travels together. One being, yes, doctor. And so that'll be the common response. So when I'm talking, I have somebody to bounce my ideas off of.
Awesome.
I've got notes scattered all over. I'm trying to figure out. I need to get what I remember of the formula out of my head and onto paper, but it's so scatterbrained that nothing I put together tends to work. So I'll curse and like, damn. So things like that.
Awesome. All right. Kura, you were heading up to be back up with Brigade and Silver?
Yes, mostly just to, observe and lend a hand wherever Brigade sees a hand needed. So I do come up to Silver and I ask, so where we're going, what can we expect if it's a prison ship?
I don't imagine much more than a couple prisoners. They're not gonna waste manpower looking after them.
Because there's nowhere to go, really?
Exactly. It's a ship without sails or rudder. It's not going anywhere.
I see. And you say not wasting any manpower on guards. Is there anyone other than the prisoners then?
Can't say I've been unlucky enough to find out.
Fair enough. But
I've sort of kept my old nose clean over the last while.
Quite a good call, I'm sure. But thank you, I have a bit better of an idea now.
I assume it should be easy enough. Break in, free the map, get him out. Then we're off to Strange Tides.
Indeed. This is so much better than my first experience on the ship, oddly enough.
What was your first one?
When I left Luskan, I joined up with a group of adventurers. They called themselves the Ravens of the Waves, and they went along the coast in a long ship, and we were traveling to Neverwinter and got caught in a storm and ran aground. Our very first time out.
Were they all due to being on the sea as well?
They said not. I'm not sure about that when I think back on it.
My first time, I was 18. So, 7 years ago. I was recruited to a band of treasure hunters. They figured if ever there was some sort of animal or something like that, maybe I could help them fight it. But also, I was very good. I am very good. We never ran aground, but we had some issues.
I suppose it wouldn't be much of a voyage without something.
No, it would not. So, how long were you aboard the ship? For?
We lasted 3 weeks. I think. It wasn't very long, but long enough for me to get sea legs and learn how to operate the tiller.
Do you remember the name of the ship?
It was the Black Feather, I think. They weren't very creative with names.
My ship was named after my captain. Notes. Hey guys, this is D&D. Rigorously looking through notes and messages.
It's been a long time, emotionally, that you've been back on the ship.
Soraya's Lament. It was called Soraya's Lament, named after Captain Aya.
It's a unique name.
She was.
Ah,
Yes. I served with him for 3 years.
and this was your crew before you came to be here?
No. I've served with a few crews for some time, but none were as close as me.
Ah,
I was a part of the crew on that ship, but on others I was just there. And now I find myself here, going after a pirate.
Several hours pass. And at this point, you think you have a pretty good idea that you're coming up to the hull. On glance, it's seems just flattened with no mast or sails. But sure enough, you can see the boat in the water.
And it looks like we are here, Silver. How do you want to go about this? We pull up beside it, we anchor, and just get on board.
Seems like the reasonable choice to me.
Laura, do you have any ideas? Besides the most direct approach.
A direct approach and caution. I am not really certain what to expect other than just these few prisoners. It may not be anything too difficult. Hope, but be cautious.
Right, where's the quartermaster? Has anyone seen them?
I'm assuming he's up by me, more than likely.
Yeah.
You. This little one is staying on board, and it's your job to protect her if anything were to happen. Nothing's going to happen, isn't that right?
Casimir looks very upset about being denied travel with the group. But the quartermaster gives that little clack of bone to skull.
You can practice your bonfires.
What?
Quartermaster,
Yeah, won't that be fun? Start fires on the ship.
Oh, what?
Just have a bucket ready.
No, there's black powder on the ship. Don't make it catch on fire.
Right. And I kind of
Back-
squat down to Casimir's level, and I point over at Brigane. Right, it looks like your Uncle Brigane is being a little bit of a salty sail. So maybe you practice your dagger throwing.
That is what I was going to suggest. Also, and I just pick Ronald up by the nape of their shirt and just
Swat at him
and-
as soon as he touches me.
Oh, you can't stop this. I just gotta pick
you
you
can
up
roll.
and slightly move you.
I would like the roll.
Okay.
Grapple check.
Yeah, I was gonna say for a grapple check here. So
Okay. What does one do for a grapple check? Is that just a strength?
it's
Or you-
athletics to. And
You could
compare
do
who that-
acrobatics too.
Yeah.
12.
There are
you
worse rolls.
You beat me. You dodged out of the way. It wasn't really an aggressive act. It was really just like a very slow, deliberate trying to move you.
And as I get out of the way, I look back and say, "Don't touch me. Come on."
I was trying not to knock you over when I got over here. I kneel down next to Casimir and say, "Okay, so while I am gone, you are to assist." I almost said acting captain, and that was not going to go well. Come back out.
Would it though?
The ship
Womp
is
womp.
gone. Yes, sir. Quartermaster here. You will be in charge while we are. But if anything should happen, I want you to tell me as soon as we return. Also practice your magic. Keep dropping your elbow too low. Then you take a swipe. Practice the blade before you practice magic.
She nods and starts practicing her swing down.
I quickly
Maneuver.
correct her form. and then I say, whoever is going to be a part of the voting party, say aye.
Aye.
I
Coming up on deck. Aye.
Rolling down the mast.
Stuff.
Hey.
Silver say nothing.
He's gonna let you give the order. despite you offering a choice.
Okay.
Where would you have me?
For the moment, bring up the rear in case someone decides to sneak behind us after we are on board. I'll take the forefront. Salem, I could use your eye in front of you. Then I
And
have the gangplank put over to the other side. And I didn't jump over to the others because there's no way that gangplank's going to support me. So I just kind of leap over the few feet that there is and then let everyone else take the actual plank.
All right. As you do.
yep, head across the plank. What do my special eyes see?
All right, you'd be looking at a battle map 2, Hulk.
Handle me.
As you approach and get closer, you do realize that it is 2 ships lashed together.
I'm just gonna move up here, where I assume
Yeah.
the gangplank's probably going to be.
Yes, we will say that.
Do I see any sign of activity on deck?
On deck, no. You see very little. You see, a couple crates that seem to be, probably supplies dropped, but there doesn't seem much to it. You do notice on your inspection an odd sort of glass-covered dome on the deck. It's maybe a foot diameter. Inside, there seems to be a series of looks like interlocking rings and maybe gears.
Okay, I don't know what that is. There's the doctor. This seems like a thing that he would like to see.
I'm right here.
Okay. Do the thing that you're doing. Look
All right.
at it. Look at the thing.
I'll go over and do the thing. I'll give it a look. Perception or investigation?
Investigation.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You crouch down and you look at this thing, you stare for a while, and you sort of doing these calculations. And as you observe, you notice on all these different rings, there's just a slight little notch in different areas that on glance almost looks like it would be like a tumbler lock if you added another dimension to them.
Glancing around, I'll see if it's locking something specific. I'll look under the look where it connects to the deck and see if there's any tubes or rails or anything that leads out of it.
Nothing that you can see. It just seems to be this little dome just in the center of the deck.
I will pull forth some lock picks and see if I can go about finagling it.
As you pull out this lockpick, you sort of start looking around on this glass for a place to even work.
Oh,
And there does not seem to be any give in that sense.
Since there are 2 ships and they're lashed together, can I see one on the other ship, or is it just this one?
I'm gonna say you're able to see this slight little bevied raise on the deck that implies that there's probably another one there too.
seems to be some sort of locking mechanism. I'm unsure of to what. There doesn't seem to be anything here.
Is it magic?
Perhaps. Do I get a sense that it's magic, or is it all technological?
It looks technological.
I'm not getting a sense of magic from it. However, that said, if you can give me... No, I don't get a sense that it's magic, so I'm not gonna monkey with that then. I will I'll say perhaps underneath on the next deck below it's locking something. It's odd that it's... Do I get a sense that it's solar in nature? Like it's getting its power from the sun? Is it...
There's nothing that stands out that it would be activated by the sun or secured by.
Why make it a glass dome on the deck?
I turn to Silver. Do you know which one of these two ships your friend is on? Or just that he is here?
He's got to be on one of them. Not sure which.
I prefer us not to split up at the moment because we don't know what is waiting below decks. So I say we check this one first, and if your friend is not here, we move on to the other ship. Is everyone agreed?
Indeed.
Yes.
I nod. I'm gonna hold my head over the hold grate to see if I can hear signs of activity from below decks.
You don't hear anything. I'm going to tell you off the bat, there's no strong sound coming from.
I'm looking at the ship. I make my way to this door right here. Try to pull it up.
Give me a strength check.
Ooh, nat 19. Just straight strength.
Just straight strength.
23 then. With my
23?
With my strength modifier.
Right. You grab that ring and you just start ripping forward, and you can hear this groan of metal as you are that shouldn't normally be associated with a wooden door. At this point, you're practically tearing the ring and the welded rivets up and off the door, rather than actually moving the door itself.
So it doesn't open?
It does not open, but you practically tear the handle off of the door.
Oh, that is on there.
I'm sure there are going to be other ways for us to get below deck.
Perhaps the locking mechanism is connected to the door.
Yes, it's not normal for this type of door to have this much metal attached to it. This is very, it's very interesting.
Intricate.
Thank you. Yes, intricate.
I want to step towards the dome. And
Doc, are you still next to the
Yeah,
dome?
I'm still over there checking it out.
You notice as Salem steps forward, there's a slight spin in one of the rings.
Step back for a minute, Salem.
take a step back.
Again, the ring seems to shift.
Move a different direction.
I make essentially a half circumference pace around the dome.
In the in the pacing as Salem gets closer to it in those steps, it does seem to be various movements sort of curling around underneath the stone.
Why don't you come on over here and let's see. It certainly seems to take to you.
I approach the dome.
All right, as you do, it seems like most of the rings sort of stand on end, as say, and sort of point your direction.
So when we were in the soil, I picked up something. I think that's what it's responding to. I pull out the gadget that I was messing around with the previous day. And as I hold it towards the dome, do I see more of a reaction?
It definitely seems to hone in precisely where you're holding.
Okay. I think I found our key.
Which stands to reason. How did that end up in the insignificant domain with... Interesting. Very interesting.
I mean, why are all the different trinkets all over the place? Nothing makes sense here.
I'd
That
like
is
to
true.
I'd like to make a perception check to see if there are any ships sailing our way at all in this area.
All right, give me a roll.
At 16 for 19.
19.
Yes.
You don't see any ships in your area. You've noticed the sea's kind of calmed down a bit, more so than your journey over. It seems a bit more of flat water.
Does it seem to be located centrally here? Or is it just like the breeze just stopped? That
Your instinct is the breeze just stops working.
I'm going to start turning the gadget sort of end over end, trying to rotate certain pieces to it to see just what the general reaction between it and the rings inside the dome are.
Yeah. Can you give me a roll with what would be for a thieves' tool generally?
Oh, yeah, sure. Can do.
Can I lend aid to that to give him advantage?
Sure. Yeah, you got a second set of eyes. It's like when you're doing the crane game. You got someone on the other side.
Yeah, here and
And what skill, aside from the tool, do you want me to add to this?
We'll do Dex.
Cool, because that's certainly my highest. Boy, glad that I have advantage. That is 17 in total.
17. It takes a few tries, but with the aid of the doctor, the rings sort of fan out into this would be a beautiful piece of jewelry almost. There's just these gold-colored blades just in all these directions, and you hear a loud clicking sound, and you can feel something underneath the deck move from under your feet.
Brigade,
Yes.
try that door again.
Yep.
It with ease. You're able to just pull that right open.
Yeah. So,
well done.
go be on deck. Also, good idea taking everything from the navy guy.
It looked interesting.
Okay. Silva, after you. You're better at identifying your friend than I would be.
You can't miss him.
Steps down. Who all is going under deck? Below deck.
We'll go.
I'll go.
No,
No.
Salem's not staying, not going below deck, especially if everyone else is.
All right. Salem, you are left on the deck proper.
Yeah. Fine. Just keeping an eye out. Their ship is there. That's fine. But be paranoid.
Fair enough. All right, for everyone, everyone not Salem, you are looking at battle map number 3. Before you can even adjust to the darkness, you hear a gruff voice.
Now, you fucking idiot. Do it like I said.
And you hear another voice.
No, you fucking idiot. Do it like I said. Hey, what have I said? Stop copying me. Hey, what have I said? Stop copying me.
And this seems to go on.
Does that sound familiar to you?
Silver nods.
Yes, that seems quite accurate.
Yeah.
We have an idea of where the voices are coming from.
I'm going to say if you've made your way down the stairs, then yes. As you make that approach, or those who have made the approach, you see a stout dwarf, sort of angrily, arms crossed, sitting on a bunk. And a couple bunks down, you see a Kinku, very much in the same position.
I'm scanning the entire room. You said it's dark down here?
It is.
I have 120 feet of dark.
Yeah, you can see fine. There is at least one more body in this room, but it does not seem to be moving or reacting in any way.
So, this 25 prison break.
They both stop their arguing and look up to you.
You're not the usual guy.
Oh,
Who are you?
You have a usual person who offers prison breaks?
Nah, it's more the guy who comes down and beats on us for a while.
I'm not that guy. And
Hey, all right.
Maybe we shouldn't wait around for that guy and get y'all out of here.
I believe you know this guy. Silva, is this your friend?
That's him.
Yeah. Yes, that. You're the one with.
Well, that's all I've been trying to say.
He juts his wrist out to you with the manacles on them.
Do I see any keys down here?
Not on this glance.
Perhaps we'll have to unshackle you at another moment. But first, let's get above decks. And I guess your pet can come through too. Is your pet bad? It is a big bird.
What?
Oh, wait. Oh,
this
you are-
Asshole! And the Kenku response.
What? This asshole?
Kind of,
Stop it! Stop it!
Okay, I know it. Okay, I know what you are. Sorry. Okay, let's just go upstairs. Oh, is there another, there's another guy out there. Should we wake him up?
Oh shit! I forgot about him. Nah, he's fine. Or dead. I don't know.
I walk over and place my 2 fingers on his wrist to like check for a pulse. Do I feel one?
you feel nothing.
Right. I don't feel anything. I think this one might have bit the dust.
But,
I think it's dead.
yeah, it's I don't want to say any words, I guess. So
I turn to the two prisoners and I say, "Well, you knew best."
Yeah. Oh, great God of whatever. In thine mercy, take. Quiet guy. In your loving grace. The end. Can we go?
okay, that's good enough for me. And I go up and I head back up the stairs. Back up.
Wait, is he actually bringing the bird? He says as he's
Yes,
walking up.
yes, I bring it back. You see,
Yeah,
but unless it's chained to the wall, I bring the bird.
The Kenku has the same odd manacles over, but it's making its way.
Yeah.
What about in the other Hulk? Or the other ship?
You asking me?
Yeah?
Nah, well, see, the thing is, I didn't get to travel much when I was down there. They didn't let no visits to the neighbors, so I couldn't tell you.
Perhaps we should take a peek while we're here. Could be
Oh, look,
somebody
it's-
with. I was just gonna say it could be somebody with information.
I look towards Silver Tim because he knows about this Huntsman the best.
I'm going to tell you one thing. Brigade does not say this. I'm telling you guys as the player. I am not letting these 3 fucking pirates on my ship right now until we are all on board.
Oh, we should certainly all go over. Pirates included.
Salem, do you think your key thing could perhaps unshackle them? Do their manacles match the orb thing?
They do not.
Oh, okay. You said they were odd, so that's well.
Well, let me take a look. We'll see if we can get these things up.
Yeah, there you go. Just get those off.
I guess roll.
Yeah, give it a roll.
Oh, that's better. So that's going to be a 19.
Yeah, it's not so different. You use this orb, sort of roll it around in your hands, and again, it just feels like a tumbler lock, just going for you, and the manacles drop off.
Yes. Now I feel better being around you. Now I think you know what you're doing. Yep. Where are my manners? Coral smiles.
And he juts out a hand to Salem. As he says smiles, he grins, and you see teeth that are filled with tiny little holes and little dark spots in them. It's a friendly smile, but oh, you kind of wish it wasn't as friendly.
What aptly named, sir?
Well,
Salem. Salem Clark.
it is a pleasure.
He claps your hand.
Brigade Stoneman.
Ah, big fella. Ah.
He
Yes,
goes in for the shake.
I give him one.
Ah.
Give him a nod and say, right, name's Brunlin.
Roland. Coral smiles at your esteemed pleasure.
I believe you know Silva.
Oh, this big oaf, this lizard over here. Yeah. So you bust me out. You looking for a tattoo? I'll do something nice. You
Points over to points over to Brigade.
look like a fellow understands the quality of a good tattoo. So, who's next?
We heard that you are in possession of a map that could be of some use to us.
He's in the middle of licking a pin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're planning to take down.
I don't like pirate hunters, as you know.
I'm not such of a fan myself.
He hikes up this shirt, kind of tucks back some beard, and you do see a string of landmarks and islands that appear to be in the shape of a map, somewhere between chest and stomach.
But I admire the investment. I will have to show you a few of my photos.
Wonderful. I even had to do it upside down. That's
did
the
quite-
tricky part.
I did a few of mine myself as well.
Ooh,
But
can't wait to see.
But before we move on, I admit I am curious to see who is aboard the other vessel here. As I would not like to leave anyone to a fate as cruel as this. We can save someone. And he looks at Cora. I will save them.
Oh, I think that is a very altruistic humanitarian right there. Come on, let's go.
Yeah. Is anyone else? Does anyone object to this?
Salem, you should try and get the Kenku's chains off as well.
And you hear, Salem, you should try to get the Kenku's up while you.
Insight check.
Yes.
Inside check this repeating bird.
What are you checking for exactly?
Any form of malice, or if he's just in general just wants them off, or perhaps if this Kinku is a plant and is secretly working for the hunt. If I see any form of malice in that,
you are reading a lot into this bird.
in that way, I mean, like, is there malice, or is it really just? I just want out of these cubs. Like, if there's like a ulterior thing here. The first one is an 18. It was an 18.
18.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to read a creature that is speaking in simple mimicry of pretty much what was last spoken. It definitely stands to reason, if it has been here for some time, that it would want these manacles off. But on this stint, you're not reading a masterful plan on this face.
Do I think I could take them if need be?
Is there anyone you've met recently that you do not think you could take them if need be?
That's very true. So, I sense no danger here. I sense no danger.
Bougain, if I
Yes.
may, we heavily outnumber this poor creature. If it were to try something, that would be a very stupid venture.
Well, you seem to be
Reticent.
thank you, reticent to take the shackles off.
Different reasons, but I'll help the whole thing. And that is 16.
16? Yeah. Same procedure. Nice little roll with the hands. You even have a little more fun with it this time. And those
I'm almost imagining like the David
Shackles go
Bowie
off.
kind of thing. With
exactly.
Is there a plank that goes to the other ship, or is it just these ropes lashing it together?
It is just the rope slashing it together. It's not a far.
So it's basically like I'm just hopping a fence.
Yeah,
essentially.
you could probably just do that little step.
Okay.
over.
Yeah, I just do that. I checked the door to see if when the one on the other side was unlocked, if maybe the other one also shut down. Just to see.
Give me that roll.
Wait, what was this? What was the roll supposed to be?
Just a strength.
Oh, I was just checking to see if it was unlocked. I wasn't trying to pull it up like the other one.
It doesn't have any give on
Oh.
your attack.
It appears that this one is still off Selam. I will need your assistance over here as well.
I am on my way to unlock it. I hop over and do a little twist. Turn it just so. Tink-tonk.
All
And
right.
I'll end aid if he starts to have trouble.
All right. We'll say by this point, we've gotten fairly familiar with it.
I figured out my ball.
There's again that loud, shunt sound underneath the deck as the lock appears to give way.
Then I might trust you'll stay up and keep an eye on things.
As moments after that sound of that unlock, there starts to be a little bit of sway under the hull, and you start to see bubbles forming up on the side. And just suddenly on the wake, as the ships seem to go down and the water seems to be going up and up and up, and it starts shifting into a more humanoid form and just sort of looms over the ships, over all of you. And that's where we're going to call it for tonight.
I think we pressed our luck.
Nice old water element.
Nice old water elemental, allegedly.
My guess. is-
Allegedly.
Or a water weird. No, it's too small. We're too big for a water weird.
Or like something you haven't seen.
Yeah.
Or something new.
Something new. Well, awesome. Thanks all of you very much. I know we got some announcements before we go, but I'm going to beat that and just say thank you all of you for playing tonight.
You for running.
Indeed.
All right. Tell these lovely people what they need to hear, and then we are ghost.
So, don't forget to subscribe to the Games Tavern YouTube channel right now. Subscribing is free, and you don't miss any of the action to access additional content. Type exclamation YouTube in the chat. Your likes and positive comments on the videos help other adventurers find out about the show.
Also, join our friends over at Dirty Deeds on Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as they explore the world of Eberron.
And make sure to go visit dndbeyond.com and check out their incredible collection of D&D resources. It's what keeps this show going.
And now it's time for us to talk about ourselves. My name's Jess. I play Bronlyn, the Tiefling Druid. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch at Just a Human. That's JESTHEHUMAN. Tomorrow on my Twitch at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Bran is going to take a stop from being a mean DM, where he is going to do a fun, wacky, lighthearted adventure on my Twitch channel for me and some of my friends. It's going to be a really awesome time, and we're going to be raising money for March of Dimes. So hopefully you can come.
Super excited.
And with that being said, I'm going to popcorn it over to Bran.
Oh, all right. I'm Bran. You can find me on Twitter at Voice of Bran. Usually it's just a lot of announcements of where you're going to see this mug in the future. Popcorn over to Matt.
Me, I'm Matt Fellman, and I played the Doctor, the Artificer, Alchemist, Elf. And you can find me on pretty much all the social medias down in the thing down here at Matt Fellman, FEHLMAN. And I'm not doing any other fun things right now other than just heading into spooky time, and that's my favorite time.
Yeah.
And I'm going to popcorn it on down to Daryl, who's right below me on the cameras.
Hi, I'm Daryl. I played Brigade Stonebuilt, your Rune Knight fighter, Goliath. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Mr_Daryl Dorsey, and you can find me here on Twitch at Daryl Sucks at Gaming. I pretty much stream whenever I want to on my own channel. It's due to my whim, as I am a whimsical person, as you can tell from the tone of my voice.
That is how I refer to you.
Yes. And I will be putting that in chat, and then I will popcorn over to Kyle.
Hi, I'm Kyle. Tonight I was Salem Klein, the human inquisitive rogue. You can find me on Twitter at Lord Kyle K. And if you are following me there, I will probably have some announcements soon for when I will be starting my own stream. And at that, I will then give it away to Laura.
All right. I am Laura Perard. I play Kura, the human Twilight cleric. You can find me on Twitter and here on Twitch at Laura Perard. That's both my names all squished together like you see down there. You can find me on Instagram at Laura_Perard and hanging around the Games Tavern Discord.
And let's not forget our tech wizard, Noah, who
Yes.
runs the show from behind the scenes.
Real quick, we leveled up to wizard, I see.
Oh,
Goblin
You've
Wizard.
been calling him
they can be
Goblin.
the
No,
same
we
thing.
don't. Yeah, I suppose.
Never? Oh, he's swimming a hello throughout all of our
Pretty
boxes.
much. Yep.
Wow.
Wow.
Brad, you should
Wow.
know by now. Never say the words "level up" in a D&D group.
I did immediately
I was
think that we were level 5.
So that's what I heard, right, Baron? We're level 5 now.
So
Oh,
close. No, we got to kill this water thing.
Okay,
That's right.
Look, just
Easy,
kill the
easy,
Kraken and you'll be up.
it'll be fine.
Just kill this thing. That's a warlock. That's
see,
a
Noah
warlock
agrees.
patron.
Noah agrees. He says level up, so you know.
I'm not one to anger a wizard, so
Okay,
all right.
Never anger the wizard.
you'll have a good night.
Good
Thanks,
night.
friends.
Tuesday.
And see you all
next
next
See
Tuesday,
ya.
7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Play us off, Noah.